Right now, a new chapter in Ghosted.
He veers over and runs into the back of my vehicle.
A special TMJ4 investigation into a mysterious hit and run.
Give me the baby. Give me the baby.
That man fled into another car after witnesses arrived, but before deputies got there.
This guy is basically a ghost.
No one was ever charged, even though his totaled car was left at the scene and multiple witnesses identified him.
Literally, he was like trying to grab her baby from her.
The case filled with mystery, misconduct, missing evidence, and mistreatment.
I was definitely treated like the villain.
And tonight we are back to dig deeper into this unbelievable story of this unsolved hit and run.
And this time, Scripps investigative reporter Dave Biscabing is here to focus on accountability. Even though this is just one case, experts say it raises bigger questions about the people we trust to keep us safe.
Like you heard, this story is about accountability, or really a lack of accountability. And that's not us saying it, it's experts. For this story, we spoke to two of them. One on policing, retired NYPD Lieutenant Chris Mercado. The other on the law, local ACLU President William Sultan. Bottom line, both believe this case reveals widespread issues. And because of that, they believe it's time for elected officials to stop ghosting us and to start answering some questions. What happened to Monica Nash on I-94 on a cold January night is hard to believe. And for this retired NYPD cop, what's also hard to believe is how badly her case was handled. I'm not sure that this could have been handled much worse.
You're right. I kind of agree with you on that. It's what you would call a cascade failure.
Internal records show the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office found their deputies' investigation was filled with failures. From missing witness information to traffic camera footage either getting lost or deleted. But most of all, it's because of what he never investigated at all. At the scene, a witness told the deputy a man from the car that hit Monica tried to grab her newborn.
That should have been addressed that evening, if not with the short period of time after that.
Chris Mercado is a retired NYPD lieutenant and now a professor at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
But that makes absolutely no sense. Why would you do that? And why would anyone want to take someone else's child? Like, it's so complicated and such a sticky issue. As a law enforcement agency, I'd want to know why. Why was there an individual asking for another person's child? I mean, we can theorize what the person might have been thinking, but until we have that person in the investigatory box, as we say, and actually sitting down and saying what was going on, why did you do that? What were you thinking? It's all speculation, and that's a little scary.
Mercado says these failures go beyond a single deputy. They highlight higher-level issues within the sheriff's office. Here's some things he pointed out. A sergeant approved the crash report, so why weren't mistakes caught or fixed? Why wasn't this case forwarded to detectives or flagged for more investigation? And that missing traffic cam footage? Well, that raises bigger evidence handling concerns. Do you think this is an incident where the sheriff or some supervisor level person should have kind of addressed the public about what happened? I mean, it's getting attention.
I would have, only because, like I said, the cover-up is worse than the crime. And if the public perceives a cover-up, it's going to shake the legitimacy the public has in the law enforcement community.
We've sent Sheriff Danita Ball repeated interview requests. That's both months before Ghosted aired and after. She hasn't responded.
We in law enforcement derive our power and our legitimacy from the public. If we shake that through malfeasance and incompetence, that only goes to make our job much more difficult going forward.
We also interviewed attorney William Sultan.
I mean, we're at a moment in history where the public is asking for more police transparency than ever.
He's president of ACLU Wisconsin, and we wanted to talk to him about the main deputy who investigated Monica's crash. The deputy involved, I mean, he's got a history. That deputy was Sean Bassich. He also didn't respond to our request for comment. And we recently learned Bassich resigned in the lead-up to our investigation. Now, records show during Bassich's 24-year career, he was disciplined at least 10 times, including 5 suspensions. Here's the one I want to focus on. Bassich showed up to a Walgreens drunk and yelled racially inflammatory remarks at black people. Things like, "Why do Black Lives Matter? You're going to explain to me. Just fess up for your people. What the do I owe you people?" Bassich even went back and tried to get employees to give him the surveillance tape. After seeing those records, we asked MCSO if Bassich was on the Brady list. They told us he was not. Do you think that that's Brady material that should be disclosed?
Absolutely, it's Brady material, but it also demonstrates a failure of the law enforcement agency to effectively discipline its employees.
So what's the Brady list? It gets its name from the Supreme Court case Brady v. Maryland. And police and prosecutors keep Brady lists because they're required to disclose information about officers with integrity issues. Issues like lies, crimes, and bias.
Right, I think we can all agree that people who exhibit racist behavior in policing should no longer be police officers.
I mean, if this guy in this incident didn't trigger a Brady list inclusion, what does that mean for the integrity of that list overall?
It means that there are hundreds, possibly thousands of law enforcement officers in our state right now who have demonstrated similar bias, untrustworthiness that the public doesn't know about.
We filed an official open records request with the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office to get their Brady list, but an assistant DA sent us back this letter saying they would only provide us with the partial copy. That partial copy just with officers charged with the crime or forfeiture action. The DA's office claims they don't have to provide the full list. That's not for the public to see. What do you think about that? Do you think that's right, or do you think that's...
That's clearly wrong, right? I mean, the public has an interest in knowing whether the people that carry guns and have the arrest powers, the ability to take away your freedom, are dangerous people. Whether they're trustworthy people, whether they're honest.
Like the sheriff, the district attorney's office did not respond to requests for comment, and neither did leading DA candidate Ken Lovern. We also reached out to every county supervisor. Only 2 agreed to talk, Sheldon Wasserman and Ryan Clancy. Then we learned why. This internal email was sent by a top county lawyer to elected officials. It says, "We respectfully request that you decline to comment on the story at this time." The reason? It's because Monica Nash filed a notice of claim last year and could potentially file a lawsuit.
I have so many thoughts about that, right? First, I would say I think it's bad legal advice, right? Lawsuits normally happen because of a lack of transparency, not the other way around.
And Sultan says he believes elected leaders have a duty to the public that goes beyond protecting the county's mistakes.
Yes, we know you got elected to represent the people. Yes, we know that many of you ran for office because you believed that there were problems in the county and you wanted to fix them.
But you need to shut up if the lawyer tells you to.
Right, and I think we have to move away from that.
Now, to clean up a few things, 1, we still plan to talk to the sheriff and the DA, and we hope they're ready to answer our questions when we see them. And 2, we're publishing the Brady list names we do have, and we'll keep working to get more. Brady lists are something I've investigated a lot in other states, and I've gotten full lists and published them before. And that's because it's info the public should have. I'm Dave Biscoving for TMJ4 News.
And breaking in this story tonight, we just learned Monica Nash filed a federal lawsuit against Milwaukee County. Court records show at this point she's doing this without a lawyer. She filed the lawsuit herself.
The lawsuit seeks 3 things: for a criminal investigation into the sheriff's office, for her hit and run case to be reopened, and money for a violation of her rights as well as other damages.
We will continue to follow this case and bring you any future updates.